1 to 3. The start of wandering life. Hello, Suzuki here. My character name is Sato, but I'm Suzuki. I want to talk with somebody instead of doing this monologue. Since the dream continued with no sign of it being over, I decided to look for human habitation. Thankfully, at the edge of the wide map, there looks to be some kind of highway. 3 days since then, I've been walking day and night, yet I'm still only halfway there. Stamina gradually decreases, but it's still 2,800 3,100ths. It decreased about 100 each day. If this was a game, I should be okay for 28 days more, but I'm at my limit already. I'm not sure if it's because of my stat or dream, but I don't feel tired. I did get sleepy, but I endured it. Right now I'm walking. Even if I run, the stamina decrease rate isn't really different. If I jump around, the stamina decreases faster than running, but honestly, it's still within margin of error. Then why am I walking now? That's because I'm free. You don't understand, yeah? At the start I was singing a one-man karaoke while running. Originally my repertoire is small. I ran out of song immediately. The surrounding scenery is magnificent, but unfortunately it rarely changes. Then, I decided to read the long log. I'm not a text mania, but since it's painful to silently walk an aimless road, I began reading the log from the very first entry. Of course, it's hard to read text while running, so I began to walk. Absorbed with reading the log, I forgot my original purpose of getting onto the highway. The log started with magic art, all map exploration is used, then, defeated tilde, messages for defeating lizard men and dragonutes until the dragon god. Afterwards there's, defeated all enemies on the map, and lastly, source, conquered Dragon God Valley. Source. What's that? Mystery words pop out. Then the log continue with loot and level up record. The loot records occupy 80% of the log. Common golden equipment, then various dragon materials like horns, fangs and scales. Up to this I can understand the quantity and quality of the loot, but in contrast the remaining ones are strange. Lizard men and dragonutes corpses are stored in the storage. Is it for necromancers' use? The rest are probably daily goods used by the Scale tribe like food and fuel. I can't lay out such items though. Furthermore, they're all named with broken tilde as prefix. Aren't these garbage? As one would expect, reading through tens of thousands detail would be troublesome. Thankfully, WW storage window allow you to search and classify by item type and user tag. I designed them as a common interface to decrease working steps needed. I'm a bit proud making it on the same level as the latest OS filer. Of course there's also optional folder functionality, but when you tap the stored item inside the bag, the subtype will expand and you can take it out without confirming. Less than TLN. The run-on in this sentences is absolutely crazy. I'll appreciate help on this one. The trivia is not that important for the plot though, so you can just interpret this whole geeky paragraph as, it's awesome, greater than. Of course you can also take out the item by dragging it too. In addition, you can also put user-registered items on custom tab. This was added because it's annoying to input search word every time on a smartphone. Well, the story wandered off for a bit. I can't blabber on program scheme too long. I opened 2 storage windows to begin organizing items. First, I create folder for each general type. Then I will create subfolder for subtypes inside. In the settings screen I enabled the automatically stack identical item type option. Without this enabled, the total number of item would be too much. By the way, we call overlapping position like this as stacking in FFW and WW. The term exists in most RPGs, so I will omit the explanation. I wonder if the etymology comes from piling pieces in the old simulation board game? Anyhow, gold loot is mostly money. The most numerous one is Ancient Empire Gold Coin. It's 1.001.2000. Wow. I tried taking out one, it's quite big and heavy. It's about as big as a 500 yen coin and as heavy as 5 100 yen coins. If I remember right, it's about 30 grams. Since in real-world money, the coin is about 4 to 7 grams, this one is too big and heavy. If we calculate, the total is 303 tons, an absurd weight. In the real world, about 2,500 tons of gold is mined a year. Hoarding so much gold like this is very dragon-ish. The next numerous one is Saga Empire gold coin of about 40k. I'm interested whether there are many empires or if it was a new empire built after the former one was destroyed by dragon. I tried taking out this one too. It's a bit smaller than 500 yen coin, but the weight is only about 7 grams. And the third, Crimson Treasure 30k. Fantasy-like money appears. Taking it out, it's about half as heavy as the ancient gold coin with ruby-like appearance. Sometimes it let out a flash of light from inside, creating cyber-chick feeling. A bit mysterious. The rest are 10k of ancient empire, silver and copper coin. Saga Empire and Shige Kingdom, silver, small silver, big copper, copper, pennies. Drag Holy Kingdom, big silver, silver, copper, and various money with tilde kingdom suffix. These are all in total 7,000. For now, I sort it by country. Still, WW and FFW didn't have sets of money. In WW it was called WOL, and in FFW it's KON. There's no other currency beside it. These various currencies may come from the quiz show I saw during my break, impacting this stream. There are also jewelry, ornaments and works of art besides money. A simple silver ring, emerald fist, ornamental crown, life-sized gold figure, decorative short sword, and many valuable-looking things numbered about 300k. Most are just expensive-looking normal items, however there are magic items mixed in around 5% of the total. The detailed information for the magic items are long, so I skimmed on reading it. Think of it like reading internet slang that you don't understand the meaning of on a bulletin board. There was no mounted jewel in WW and FFW. Less than TLN. Okay, this is so abrupt, I'm not sure what's what. This guy need an editor, greater than. Understanding some of the explanations, there are some things that catch my attention. Able to produce 100 liters of water a day, hell water jug, water bottle. I took out the hell water jug, water bottle, when I found it and drank the water. I wanted to wash my face and hair with it but gave up since the dust from the meteor shower is still floating around. Other things are, able to keep 1,000 sheets of money, magic wallet, stacking 30 very types of up to 30 items, 30 holding bag. I put those 3 things on favorite. Since I have infinite storage, there's no point in a magic bag, but I like seeing a long sword slide in and out of the bag. The second day ended with such feelings after organizing treasury. Moving on with this and that on the third day. The clock has crossed 0. I'm not sure if it's really the third day since I slip off the clock every 4 hours. Since I'd get tired if I sleep on this wasteland's rough ground, I keep walking instead. There's a full moon tonight, so there's no problem with visibility. Having principle of saving the best dish the last, it's time to check for the weapons and armors. I sort the type to show materials and corpses. According to the log, there are only a few lizard men and dragonute corpses. This is most likely because of the meteorite. Having received the full blow, there won't be many remains. However, there are a lot of dragon's corpse. Defeated log shows that there are 2 to 3 times as many. This place become like a dragon version of an elephant's graveyard. Most are materials from body parts, but there are also iron ingots, medicinal plants, timber, and stone. They're probably from the things crushed by the meteorites. Random body parts and scales are many. Regardless of type, there are 7.9600k of them. Even an old dragon skin mold and husk exist. Huge. If the scale is this big, wonder how huge is the body. Losing to curiosity, I took out an adult dragon scale. It's about 50 centimeters. While I'm at it, I took out lower dragon scale to check. It's palm size. Broken item or put in specific folder. I was thinking of throwing it away but stopped since it could become a literal mountain of garbage. Finally, it's the equipment. There are around 30k things. The Scale Tribe's spears are especially abundant. Things which begin with Scale Tribe's tilde are around 20k. Neither are magic items, they're all normal items made of copper or iron. There are only few strange armors. I tried taking out a Scale Tribe spear. 2-meter-long wooden handle with sharpened bone tip comes out. It can't pierce when I tried it out, so it probably isn't a war spear. The magic items are such like dragon skin armor or dragon scale armor. Seems like items blessed by the dominant tribe are around 100. Those are probably Scale Tribe armor. The remaining 10k of half are dragon-based large swords, spears and bows. These are probably legacy from the Scale Tribe people who beat dragons. The special effects kind are jewelry, but I don't understand the effects, so let's put it off for now. There are several interesting things, especially Holy Sword and Divine Sword. My long-lost Chuny heart is stimulated. Why are these Holy Swords are named Excalibur, Durandal, and such? There are also katanas named Muramasa and Katetsu Tenshin up tilde. I enjoy wielding Excalibur. It should be quite heavy, but I swing it carelessly. Beautiful traces of light come out. However, for physical weapons isn't sword disadvantageous. But it's popular in flashy games. Oh yeah, there is no specific name for the Divine Blade. I expected to get sword skill when I wielded the sword, but it didn't happen. It will likely come out if I defeat an enemy with a sword. Unusual things also exist. Cannons and ballistas that are usually placed on fort to counter flying enemy on the sky. Skimming the descriptions, it seems that it doesn't use gunpowder, but magic power instead. Another one, it's gun. Handgun 100, rifle 50. Magic-powered gun 12. Just for the record, there are no guns in FFW. There are cannons in WW though. I take out the smallest magic gun. It's a Derringer-sized gun with excessive ornaments. The trigger guard is attached. In the real world, guns have safety locks. Over here it's a switch with 0, 1, 3, 10 scale. I set the scale to 1. I aim at a rock nearby with one hand and pull the trigger. A PSSHH sound comes out, yet no trace of the shot could be seen. When I confirm the rock, a hole about as big as a 10-yen coin penetrated it. It's a 2-meter thick hard rock. MP consumption is 1. There is no recoil, it's a laser gun-like feeling. This is totally SF instead of fantasy. With scale set at 10, the rock completely crushed. This would kill ogre-level demons in one shoot. MP consumption is 10. It's way too efficient. It's an item that would totally break balance of a game. No one would want to use magic. After that, I played around with the gun while moving for 1 hour. Finished checking items in general, I began thinking something that bugged me before. What is source anyway? I muttered to myself. It's about the source, conquered dragon god valley, from the log. This is probably not related to tax withholding. Less than TLN, source equals Jensen Choshu equals tax withholding at the source greater than. Besides on the log, there's no mention of source, conquered dragon god valley, anywhere else. Usually I would have said, it's a dream anyway, but something is bugging me. Having a change of pace by thinking while running, I feel like coming up with something. I'm immersed in running while feeling good. I feel like anything's good. I'm incoherent if I do so say myself. Spending many days without any conversation is no good after all. I'm not suited for that. I've walked for 1 day before I knew it, and finally almost reached the highway. There is no human habitation according to map. I can see the highway leading to west on the northwest. By the way, there's no presence beside me displayed on the map. I wonder if they ran away in fear of that catastrophe, aka a meteorite shower with thunderous roaring and earthquakes. I stopped the half-baked running and began walking. I want to take a bath tilde. As expected, not having one in 3 days make my head itchy. It's not possible to boil water, but there is water. Thankfully the dust cloud has lessened, it's possible to wash off the dirt. I store my clothes and shoes into storage, find a suitable rock and pour water down from the top of my head. It's a bit cold, but I've come back to life. Feeling relieved, I took out clean clothes from the loot and wipe off the water. In order to take a refreshing nap, I take out a suitable bed with canopy from the loot and put it on the ground. That day I slept for the first time after 3 days. The next morning, I noticed that I could hang laundry on the canopy, so I washed my clothes with bucket from storage and hang them up side by side. After that I lazed around on the bed while eating jerky for half a day. I'm expecting that someone will pass on the highway, but there's no change in radar, even until afternoon. If this was a light novel or manga, I would have met a princess being attacked by thief tilde. I like template I. The service in my dream is so bad. I turn a blind eye to the fact that I easily get treasures and significant level up, cursing my luck. A flag would occur if this was a dream or tale, but nothing happened. After changing into the dry clothes, I began walking toward the highway.